guys, welcome to my channel. Remember to like, comment and subscribe. Tonight we're talking about Love and Marriage Huntsville. We start back at the party where we left them last week. The guys are talking and they ask Martel if he is taking a DNA test on the 5th baby that he has. And then they ask him if he loves the young lady with the baby. Martel says he loves everybody. Child. He says he doesn't want to be back with Melody. And I don't think Melody wants to be with him, so I'm not sure why he's telling us this. This is not new information that anybody, including Melody, cares about. Anyway, we go back inside and we see that the ladies are speaking, and Wanda is trying her very best to convince Melody to be back with Martel. Melody says, but Wanda follows the young lady with the baby. To be honest, I think Wanda just wants to create drama and just wants to be messy. I don't see a need for it. I don't see the need for her bringing up the fact that Melody was aware of the situation for the last 5 years, or trying to browbeat Melody into saying that she was friends with the young lady while the young lady was sleeping with her husband. None of this was necessary. None of this was even important to the conversation that they were having. Needless to say, Melody picked up all her bags and she left in a huff. I guess because she was a little too warm under all that questioning. And because I would be angry too. None of this is Wanda's business. None of this pertains to her. I don't even understand why she was in that conversation. Anyway, we go back outside to the guys who are still trying to get Martel, my bad, there's so many different M's in this show, who are still trying to get Martel to say whether he loves the young lady or not. He's not taking that bait. He's not interested in taking that bait, and he does not want to see. So he pretty much does what he usually does, which is deflect from the situation and get away from answering. After successfully running Melody off, Wanda turns her targets onto Kimmy. And she decides to say that Kimmy has been dragging her daughter and herself all across the internet. Kimmy doesn't know what she's talking about and lets her know and asks her to say exactly what it was she was saying. Wanda can't be specific. Kimmy is standing her ground. Wanda, doing something I've never seen before, beats a hasty retreat out of the building. I would say in this battle, I think Wanda lost. So at this time, we go to Melody at the studio. Destiny comes in to see Melody while she is rehearsing her new song, her new single that she's about to drop. They discuss their argument, they discuss the argument with Wanda, and Destiny thinks that Tiffany should have had side conversations with everybody so that everyone would have been on the same page and it would not have been a public affair like what happened at the birthday party. And I agree. Tiffany should have had side conversations with everyone, and therefore no one would have been as upset as they were. Melody does not seem to think so, and for some reason she continues to protect Tiffany, as though Tiffany is not a whole grown woman who should know better and who should be behaving better and who should know not to say messy things in the wrong audience, in the wrong parties, at the wrong time. There's a time and a place for everything, and Destiny's birthday party, where you are now being introduced to everyone, is neither the time nor the place. Also, speaking on a child should never have occurred. But Melody seems to pretend that she is unaware that this is what is happening, and rather tries to push the blame onto the fact that Maurice did not tell Kimmy about the story, and that is why everyone was upset. Ma'am, This is not why everyone was upset. Everyone was upset because your friend Tiffany came in there trying to be messy with everybody. And she knew she was being messy. The fact that tears came out at a later date, and the fact that she pretended to be very obtuse when Destiny was speaking to her, does not mean that she was not aware of every single thing that she did. She was aware. The intent was to be messy, and she succeeded. But I think Melody really wants the drama. More so for this little producer role that she has. But she wants that drama, and I think she likes it. And I also think that she's the one that's putting all those bugs in Tiffany's ears. So we land now on the conversation between Tiffany and her husband. Frankly, this seemed to me like a whole stretch of revisionist history. A long exercise in revisionist history. She seems to think that Maurice was aggressive with her. She says she felt attacked. Well, ma'am, next time, zip your lips on the topic of other people's children, and then they will not have to come and discuss with you what is best practice and what is the proper thing to do when talking about others' children. And then she says she thinks that Maurice was upset because she did not say it to him, but said it to Kimmy. And she thinks that this is correct because this nonsense was co-signed by Mel in the bathroom. No, ma'am. He's upset with you because you spread a rumor about his son to others who are grown folks who did not even know his son. Take some accountability for your actions and your behavior. None of this is the fault of Maurice. None of this is the fault of Kimmy. None of this is even the fault of the young child that we were speaking about. None of it. All of this is on you for speaking on a child, on a matter that you had no business speaking on. It wasn't your child. Nobody was discussing children. Why did you even bring it up at that occasion, at that time? Again, time and place. The time and the place was not Destiny's birthday brunch. Not at all. Not at all. And the way Tiffany and her husband sat there making implications about Kimmy and Maurice and the relationship that they all have with Kiowa and how they don't have communication, and this is why everything broke down and this is why everything fell apart, accepting no accountability for Tiffany's actions in any of this. They accept no responsibility for anything that happened. I find this ridiculous. It must be that they're trying to make a storyline because I can't see how two grown people are so lacking in self-awareness. Tiffany has to be the least self-aware person ever. Her husband trekking not far behind because he is not self-aware, nor is he aware of his own wife and her behavior. This must be it. It must be that they don't have any sort of awareness because they accepted zero accountability. Tiffany's lack of self-awareness is astounding. Sir, your wife is messy, and you both need to accept that. We then go to Martel. He's talking to his business partner, re the 47 acres. Y'all, I am so tired of these 47 acres. I don't know what to do with myself. Martel is still trying to get his builder's license and make a play for the 47 acres. That's it. I don't have anything else for Martel and his business practices. I really don't want to talk anymore about it. So we go to Maso, Tisha, and Wanda. Tisha finally has a conversation with her mama about talking to the young lady who is pregnant for Martel on social media. She tells her that this is not a good practice. It's a sign of disrespect to Melody. And I agree. I am also shocked that she's even checking her mother, who of course hears none of that and takes none of that into consideration because Wanda will be Wanda. Messy, messy, messy boots. She then tries to rein Wanda in. To no avail. Me not surprised. Then she tries to discuss and say that she wants Wanda to realize that she's an adult. For goodness sake, she'll be 40 this year. And she's not a child. She's not 14. She can fight her own battles. Well, you go ahead, Tisha. I did not even know you realized that you wasn't 14. Look at that. I'm impressed. I'm highly impressed. At least I was. Right up until her mother started talking about Marceau giving a bottle of wine to Melody. My God, is this actually a story? Is this actually a conversation that we are having? Whose storyline are we trying to pad with this nonsense? So Marceau comes outside after Wanda gives Tisha this story about Marceau dropping off a bottle of wine directly for Melody. Y'all, I don't understand. Everybody's a grown-up. If he wants Melody to be a brand ambassador, how exactly was the wine supposed to get there? If he didn't give it to her when he said he would, and he gives it to her at another time, what is the problem? What are we trying to imply by this? That something is going on between them? When Marceau asks this question to Tisha, she says no, that is not the implication. Yet we are having this nonsensical conversation. And no, I would not have answered, just like Marceau didn't. What are we answering? What are we discussing? What are we talking about? All of the things that are coming out of your mouths is ridiculous. All of it is useless. None of it is worth anything. I would not have answered either. I thought it was senseless. I thought it was stupid. In fact, the only part of this conversation I thought was worth anything was when Tisha pulled her mother up and told her that the things that she are implying about her husband are disrespectful to her, and those things are also disrespectful to her children because she is raising 2 daughters, and this is not the way that it should be done. And these are not the things that we should be saying, and that she should not be saying these things, making jokes or making implications that are lying on her husband. And finally, we see Tisha as a grown-up. Tisha got all the way off the yellow bus and began apparently to drive a real vehicle, because this was what you were supposed to do. This should have happened years ago when all those children were babies, because I don't know what you was telling your mother before, but for some reason Wanda just feels she can roll over everybody, say what she wants to say, make implications without any sort of proof, make implications without any sort of backing, and just get away with it. I don't know who would just be dropping stories, dropping implications in the lives of their children and making it worse. All she does is succeed in being messy and causing chaos in her own daughter's marriage. Who would do that to their own child that they pushed out at birth? Who does that? Who does that? Wanda makes no sense at any time. I like the fact that Tisha checked her mother. I don't know how long this will go on for, but I appreciated it. Because yes, the entire conversation was disrespectful. None of it needed to happen. All she was doing was baiting Marceau and just making things worse. So I enjoyed all of that conversation. Well, that was it for Love and Marriage Huntsville. And that was it for my recap and review and my opinions on what occurred in tonight's story. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And share. Sharing is caring. That's it for now. Bye.